It's time for this week's Colorado Chronicles, where I, your boy Sean, I walk you through the latest, the greatest, the hottest, the sexiest information to be hitting the Colorado region. We got a whole bunch of new developments going on, people. We got some aerospace. We're going to bring it back down to earth, talk about one of my favorite places to shop, Costco. We got a new Costco coming in down in Littleton. Big changes in the future for Elitch Gardens, now that Crocky Sports has taken full ownership of the River Mile project. We have an insanely cool new technology coming from Upslope Brewery. I saw this for the first time. I'm like, this is going to change the game in regards to the food and beverage industry, especially when it comes to maybe those like margarita in a drink cans, which if you tried them, they kind of suck. Not the real deal. You want them to be good, but they're not. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to follow up with some information about, if you remember a few months ago, if you were with me, we were talking about the Renaissance Festival down in Larkspur and how some lawyers over in Denver University were trying to put the stop to the trunks and humps, the elephant like educational thing they were calling it. But well, I'll give you an update. I'll tell you what's going on with that. And lastly, we're going to finish it up this week talking about the street. If you live in Denver, Colorado, it is near. It is dear to your heart. Everyone knows about it. You can't miss it. We're going to be talking about Colfax and all the fun stats and activities to be had along that. Some are fun and healthy. Others are dangerous and dirty. But we're gonna get on it. We're gonna get down into the dirtiness. I have a special guest on with us today, Kyle Wong.
Brr, 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 brr.
Kyle Wong come to us from over in
Greetings, everybody.
Aurora today. First time Colorado Chronicles. So thank you, Kyle, for coming on. But as you guys jump on, let us know who's here. Where are you watching from? This is supposed to be the interactive Thursday at 6:30 Mountain Time, where we chop it up together. So give me your opinion on some of the articles that we're going to be talking about today. Also, if you have some burning desires in regards to questions, you could share those with us and we will give you answers to that today. Kyle, did you forget how funny I am? You can't hide it.
I
I see
did.
those dimples. You can't
I
hide it,
did. I'm
Kyle.
not gonna lie. Some of these get me pretty good.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, well, let's get on into our first topic today. As you guys jumping on, say what's up. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Drop your questions below. Let's do the damn thing. Our first article this week is we're going to be talking about Denver Aerospace Company. These guys are getting some big bucks for expansion. This company's their public valuation soared past 3.8 billion. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what these guys are trying to do. This company just started in 2019, and when I see stuff like this, I'm like, damn, my business started in 2019, and I'm not worth 3.8 billion. But basically, what these guys are aiming to do is they are aiming to replace the International Space Station, and they are very bearish on this project. So they've gotten all kinds of contracts with companies that maybe you heard of them, Lockheed Martin, the government. The government, was it Raytheon was in there?
JPL.
JPL. Who are some of the other companies?
NASA, of course.
NASA, have you heard of it? Space Force, Lockheed Martin, Planeteer, Airbus, and the Air Force. So we're going from the mile high to the space with this project here. What they're saying is that the current space station, one, it ain't ours. One, it ain't ours, and two, is supposed to be at the end of its usable life
Wait, whose is it?
by 2030. Is it Russia or China? Who currently owns?
I guess if it's international, it's nobody's, right?
Nah, it's like you can go there, but they're trying to make this a commercial space station. So one day, Kyle, when you have your young gohards, you can take them up and be like, man, out of this.
Be a heck
Chinese
of a field trip.
not going to send them. Maybe it's currently owned by Russia. Isn't it Russian space station? I think it is. Based on my knowledge of the movie Armageddon with Bruce Willis, it was a Russian
historically
space
accurate.
But it's gonna. They're saying it's gonna be us or probably China. And wouldn't we rather go to an American station rather than China? So these guys are very bearish that they're going to be able to put something, start sending pieces up there in 2029, which is crazy. So if you're feeling good about your cupcake business or your little real estate company, there are people doing much larger things. So humble yourself. We got Duncan and Kim from Northern California. That's cool. Welcome, D-Dub. I like that handle.
Welcome, Duncan and Kim.
I was like, how'd you know their name was Duncan? And then I realized, I'm dumb. Cool. Our next topic. Thanks for jumping on, guys. What's going on in North California? Not as crazy. And I saw that San Francisco was having some protests and stuff like that. Definitely not like the south of California. What's up next? Oh, Kyle. I told him we are going to be talking about this. Kyle got real hype.
So this is a good one.
If you live down in like Littleton, South Littleton, Highlands Ranch area, anywhere along like 470 and Broadway, you're gonna love this one because this Lumen Technologies area over here has been.
Real quick, have you ever seen Severance?
No, I've like 5 people have asked me about this.
Would highly recommend. But continue. It's because it's all about Lumen Industries, and I was like, oh, that's funny. But now it's a Costco.
Kyle, one more comment like that, and I will click you off this.
That's it. You're off the live stream. See ya.
We're very like serious on this channel here. But this area down 470 Santa Fe / Broadway area, just south of downtown Littleton area. Well, a good amount south, but a new Costco peeps. Costco is going to be throwing down, but that is not all that's going to be going on over there. They're going to have a whole lot of new developments in this 55-year-old site that's going to be cleared away, including retail stores, 9 smaller retail stores, and 370 unit luxury apartment community. Do we need more luxury apartments in the area? I'm going to say no, but people keep buying them, so they're going to keep building them.
Hard pass, respectfully. That is cool, though. I heard about the first Costco project. It's like the first Costco mixed use, where they have a huge Costco and they integrate the space around it with apartments. And I think they did their first one in California. And I've yet to see a progress update, but I'm really curious to see how that goes, because who wouldn't want to be within walking distance of a 99-cent hot dog? Come on,
people. Also, and then you don't have to go when everyone else is going there. You get like a quick 20 minutes. You can run over to Costco at like a slow time. Don't have to wait in those long lines. Or you could live in the mountains like me, and you're like, damn, can I still get Costco? Hell yeah, you can. If you have Instacart, they will drive that up here. Also, Portillo's, the fast casual restaurant chain known for its Chicago-style hot dogs, submitted plans for the new restaurant over in that area. 6,200 square foot Portillo's with 98 parking spaces. Gadzooks. Big things popping off over there. So
I'm just curious how they're going to fit that all in over there, because I know exactly where that is, and it's a tight space as it is.
It'll fit, Kyle. It'll fit.
They'll make it work. Capitalism always has a way.
Yeah, you throw enough money on it, you can get it done. Cool. All right, next up, we're going to be talking about, we're going from luxury apartments, and we're going to bringing it down to 30% of the average median income. That's who these buildings are going to be for over here. This is the 9 Health Fairs building over in the Golden Triangle area over by Denver Health. They're going to be building an 80-unit affordable housing project. Plans are that this is going to kick off this fall, and so they're just saying, hey, it's a great way to change out the building, may put something new in there, but also do what the city is continually harping on and talking about. Sorry, Kyle, I'll cut you off. Harping on talking about is affordable housing, um, smaller housing. We talked last week about like the single story buildings that they're now going to be erected. So we're going to see a bunch of those that are going to be popping off. There's going to be a lot of building going around this city with the affordable housing, with the projects going on up in like Carmel City area. A lot of projects going on in there. They're now able to do the single stairwell buildings that just got approved a couple weeks ago,
Nice.
which means some of these like slithers of like these kind of like narrow or wonky properties in the city that you couldn't do it much of anything with them before. They're going to be able to turn those into residential units as well. So got a whole lot of things popping off, and they passed that new accessory dwelling unit law. So there's going to see a lot of those be building up. So a whole lot of more like smaller, affordable housing options.
I think both of those things are like huge news that people aren't talking about enough. Plus, Golden Triangle, everybody talks about affordable housing. Golden Triangle, great jazz.
Is that a place or is that the area?
The area, Golden Triangle in Denver.
Yeah, I know, Kyle. I know it's in Denver. But is there a place called Golden Triangle, or there's just several jazz places along there?
No, jazz places over there. Nocturne is one of them, I think.
Used to be a place called Dazzle. Dazzle?
I do remember Dazzle.
Mm-hmm.
I think they closed down though, if I'm not mistaken.
It's been a minute.
Mm.
Cool. Kyle likes that smooth jazz. All right, next. This one's interesting. So the rich keep getting richer. That's the law of the land. That's a Glenn Ross quote for all of you guys out there. But Crocky Sports and Entertainment becomes the sole owner of the Denver River Mile Development Project. Now, this is property that they already kind of owned, like that area. Crocky Sports owned like the Ball Arena area, and there's this big multi-billion-dollar project that's going to be going on. Basically, the parking lot west, turning it into what you see here: park area, school, a lot more high-rise residential buildings and things like that. But big change they made since Crocky Sports became the sole owner of this. They are no longer going to be closing Elitch's. Ladies and gentlemen, you can still go in the dead of summer, sweat your balls off, and see some Denver residents, some ratchet residents. Like, Kyle, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I am not a fan of Elitch Gardens. I'll maybe hop in, hop out. Yeah, not a fan. It's
That's
like
crazy. I couldn't tell.
It's a glorified festival. If we have any locals on here, let me know in the chat. What's your thoughts on Elitch's? Because I was like, get it out of here. Like, I would rather have we have Waterworld up north, which is fantastic. Brooke says we're going. Apparently I'm going. Apparently I'm going.
No,
apparently I am going to.
It's a cool place, man. I don't want to say that it's good just because it's iconic and just because it's been there for so long, but it is kind of a staple in Denver. It is a staple. It feels very out of place, to be completely honest, because if you've ever been to Denver and especially to Elitch Gardens, you look around and you're like, this is weird. But I look forward to the hopeful renovations that they do.
They're not doing anything. They're not going to do anything.
They're just going to leave it?
Just like I thought. Trash. Trash. So
sorry,
if you guys aren't aware, I'll show you real quick here on the map. So Kyle's not wrong about what, Brooke? In our city here, this is just super primo. So there's Ball Arena right here. This is where Crocky Sports owned. The River Mile project is going to be this area, basically connecting right here, these parking lots all the way around. I'm guessing it's 1 mile. That's why they're calling it that. And so a lot of this area here is what's going to be changing out to the park and buildings and everything like that.
I
The
I
Go ahead,
think
Kyle.
that's a really good thing. If they do what they say they're going to do within the time frame that they've given themselves, I think that's a really good thing. Because personally, as somebody who has walked from Ball Arena to Empower Field up to basically the aquarium area, it's walkable, meaning like there are paths and stuff you can take. It's not nice though. It's not a place that I would take somebody from out of town and be like, "Hey guys, let's walk around these big parking lots." It's not cool. It's really not.
You know what? You're right. And they did a lot of work recently over on Confluence Park, so it'll be nice to kind of connect that. Also there's talk that they're going to be putting in a pedestrian bridge because if you ever seen the traffic when there's a concert over at Ball Arena, it's just like dark and crazy and there's all kinds of people crossing here. So they're going to be putting a pedestrian bridge to get to the other side because everybody comes from the downtown area over
How much
here.
did they say that was gonna cost again?
It was like 10
20,000,000?
bucks. It was like 10 bucks. They're gonna have it up on Tuesday. I don't know, Kyle.
Oh. It's just funny because I'm pretty sure I heard about that project costing 20,000,000, if this is the same project that I'm thinking of, and I was like, they just erected like a several hundred parking spot, multi-level parking garage in Breckenridge for 20,000,000, and I'm like, "What pedestrian bridge respectfully is costing $20,000,000?" I don't know.
Respectfully,
I don't know.
respectfully, a Breckenridge
'Cause
one.
I don't know, man. I think that's crazy, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Um. Yeah. Yo, give me that money. Yo, I'll do something good. Yo, give me that. So Elitch is staying as well as Meow Wolf. Of course, Meow Wolf was only put in probably like what 5 or 6 years ago, and so Meow Wolf is also on in that company's um in that land there. Let's look at this photo because this is such a dead space. I love that Meow Wolf bought that space for probably like next to nothing because who the hell was going to build in this little section between the two highways? But the building is just so rad.
I think they surprise everyone because the building itself is the best advertising. Again, if you've ever driven through or around Denver, you see Meow Wolf every single time. And even if you aren't curious, you're like, oh, I wonder what that is.
Well, then you are curious. Then you get curious, right?
Then you get curious.
Yeah.
And it's been a
So
hit ever since they put it in there.
you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Um, Cool. Next up, so we got just a little outdoor news for you folks. Hitting those hills, just reminders. Smokey and his friends they're up and they're hungry. So popular Aspen Campgrounds bans tents after a bear encounter. I read a little bit into this, and this is the difficult campground just south of Aspen, and they're allowing like campers, but for the time being, no tents like what you see pictured here as well as no of the pop-ups that go on top of the cars. Reason is they had bear encounters. They see bears from time to time in this area. It's nothing crazy. Bears always looking to come over and find the food. That's why they on the right here you see this little bear box that a lot of the campgrounds are provided with. Put your trash, stuff like that in there. Don't put it in your tent with you because then you and your bacon are bacon. But what really set this off for them to shut it down is that there was a little tent with two little girls in it and they woke up to a bear clawing at the outside of their tent. So that's enough to do it for you. So they rerouted all of the camp goers that weekend, and it's going to be closed for the foreseeable future until those damn bears calm down.
Dang. What do you think about that, Sean? What's your opinion?
Um, yeah, I think that's a true thing. I think when I was younger, I was like, dude, I want to like sleep in a hammock outside. And then I did it once and I'm like, oh, this is like a burrito. I'm like making myself a burrito a burrito for the animals. And then I still like my tent and everything, but I always like park. So I have that actual tent actually from REI. It has two doors.
That's your tent. And we were the little girls in the article. We just didn't want to say it.
And I parked my car by the other entrance, so if anything happens in my one entrance, I can scoot out the back and get to my car. But as I'm getting older here, man, the campers they're looking more and more appealing. So I'm probably in the market once I get my Bronco going to get a roof nest or a camper that I'm gonna tow.
Nice. It is kind
Yeah.
of like I get it. I do get it, but it is kind of crazy banning camping on a campground. But, you know, do what you got to do, I guess.
Yeah, it's better than dying. But what I will say
That's
is
my God-given
the
right.
whole the whole wolf release back into Colorado. That's what I don't like. Um, like bears, we get black
Ooh.
bears here for the most part. They stay away. But these wolves that they've brought down from Canada, legend has it is that a lot of these wolves were relocated because they were currently killing livestock stock in Canada. And so the big complaint with that was from ranchers out here. It's like these wolves are used to hunting down and finding livestock to eat. And so that's what the big problem has been out here is because they're finding um, dead livestock. And you know what I don't want to be? Wolf food.
Wow. That's crazy. I know that was a controversial one with the whole reintroduction of the wolves, but it's so crazy to be surprised that like wolves are doing wolf things, you know?
Yeah, you know how they be
Crazy
doing.
times we're living in.
Yep. Um, cool. I got this. This is a fun technology on this next one. So talking about making your beverages better. So this is from Upslope, is it?
Woo,
Or
go
is
up slope.
double slope? Yeah, Upslope Brewing co-founder. So the brewery co-founders, I'm going to play this video and I'm going to talk about it. But basically, what they do is it's called their flavor boost technology through their hop widget, Bev Boost technology through their hop widget. And essentially, what it is, what you see him holding there, is it is a little flavor container. All right. It's a little flavor container. And what it's going to do, it's going to go into the can. And the technology in it is that when it goes into the can, within a minute, the carbon CO2, carbon is the CO2 inside of the can is going to kind of prime this device with high pressure bubbles. And then when you open the can, it is going to make that whatever liquid you put into this widget, it's going to seek the lower pressure and it's going to pop that chamber. So whatever flavor that they put into it will be released. And so a lot of beverages could benefit from this. They're only selling it right now at Upslope, and so they have like the proprietary um, um, freaking licensing manufacturing on it. And
Maybe
it's
we
I
should have
mean,
done this live to test it out.
should have done what live? Got in a
Maybe
can?
we should have been, yeah, maybe we should have been at Upslope and tested it out live, see how it is.
Well, Upslope, we're gonna tag you in this when this comes out. And if you want us to swing by and test your cans, I'm all for it. So right now they're just doing their hop boosted IPA like you see here, but they're saying the functionality for this is limitless. What one thing that they called out that I was like, oh, that's genius is that have you ever had a margarita in a can, Kyle?
Not great. Not great.
No, not great. It's terrible. And they don't hit the lime right. They don't do it right. And so they're
But
saying,
with this technology,
but wait, now we have it. So with this what's it called? The Bev Boost. They
Bev
can
Boost,
release like lime into there. They could put THC, CBD. They could put all kinds of things into this. And they did have to even go create a whole new uh, canning process with this. So they worked closely with I
someone.
forget who they worked with, but they worked with their canner to devise a new canning system to be able to put these in there, and it's only adding 6 cents per can. So
Wow, that's
for
surprising.
I know, and
I
with like even with seltzers, what they used to have to do is like create giant um giant vats of one flavor and then they'd clear it out and put a giant vat of another flavor. But now they could just create one vat of no flavor, just the seltzer, and then just load the cans. And so they're saying they can be able to make more smaller batches
Like
of
streamlining
things like
production, huh?
seltzers. Yeah, man.
That's really interesting. I have my hesitations because I feel like, especially in the food and drink industries, people have been saying like, "Oh, this new revolutionary thing" for a long time. But this is different. This might be different. I'm really curious. Duncan, I agree with you. Field trip.
Yeah. So Upslope, bring us on in. We'd love to test out your cans. Let's get it going. What else do I have for you? We are rolling through people. If you guys have any questions, I see a few more of you guys on here. Do me a favor. If you haven't yet, show us that you love us. We appreciate you appreciating us. Give us a thumbs up on this video if you guys are watching it. And if you haven't yet, just leave a comment. Tell me that you hate my freaking green shirt, because any comment is going to help this video get seen by more people. So
Sean's
tell
love
me
language is
tell me your
affirmation. That's why
least
he needs
favorite
it.
thing about me. I'm here for it. All right. Um, cool. Next up, we have another drinking. We're talking more about drinking this week. Where's the side by side with you and I? There it is. Boom. All right. So this is an area that I stomp around all the time. This is over in Cap Hill area. So two Ski Town breweries and distillery take over former Governor Park space. Now, if you guys remember Governor's Park back in 2018, that thing was an awesome bar for decades, and it's changed ownership, changed names a couple times, but that section of Carboy, because it used to be Carboy over here on the left, and then it was Pancho Poncos taco place, Mexican food place, over on the other side. Now, two of the mountain Opera's, Summit County's Broken Compass Brewing and Steamboat Storm Peak Brewing are going to be turning this into a year-round opera. So operas means beverages after skiing.
It's a French thing, I think.
Kyle, can you Google that as we go through here? Operas, I'm pretty sure beers or beverages after skiing. But now you can do it year round over at this. So Carboy is going to stay, but the other side where the restaurant is, that will be changing. They'll be keeping a couple of the menu items, but overall, this can be like a collaboration between the two. Because if you're familiar with that building, it's like Carboy on one side, the restaurant, and then there was like the wine tasting area in the middle, which I'm guessing that's where they're going to be sharing space and utilizing it for both businesses. What'd you find, Kyle?
Indeed, it is French. It means after, like coming in after. So après ski, après workout. People use that as like a drinking term these days.
Cool. Okay. So operas work. That's what it's going to be now. And they are also, with their food options at the new restaurant, they're going to try to make it a more of a regular place for people to go to have a burger or food after work. So they're talking about, no, this is a $13 burger option, which if you're anywhere else in this world, you're like 13 effing dollars for a burger. But here, that's actually not that bad. That's not that bad of an
I was
option.
gonna say
So
that's cheap. I wasn't sure where you're going with that, but
I
yeah.
hate that that's cheap. I hate that that's cheap. It makes me sick to my stomach. I remember when I was probably like 2009. I remember specifically I was at a burger bar in Omaha, and they had a $6 burger, and it was called the $6 burger. And it was like an insane burger. I'm like, $6.
Who's paying for this?
Who's paying? Now it's like $13. Come get a deal.
I still find it funny that people used to joke like $5 every day for coffee. What are you, insane? Now, if you get out of Starbucks for under $10, like that's a blessing. I'm kind of surprised you haven't mentioned, speaking of which, the fact that we had an awesome event at Carboy, kind of our old stomping grounds for the Moxie team. Good times.
That was a banger. That was a banger. We threw down, and then we threw down afterwards. A lot of great memories and a lot of lost memories from that night. 13 is a bargain. Yeah, I guess if you're in Northern California, $13. You guys are like, it's always funny. Is like, because I'm from Ohio, so I was back in Ohio and I was getting, getting a meal, an appetizer, and beverages, and it was like $30. I'm like, this is so freaking sick.
I
So
remember having lunch with you in Idaho Springs, and I had a burger for $29 before tax and tip, and I was just like,
gulp. So Ohio people are like, prices in Denver are absolutely out of control, but then Californians, they're like, oh, this is amazing.
Bob's Atomic #1.
Bob's Atomic, second close, Marshdale. So Marshdale of Evergreen.
Bob's Atomic of Golden.
Close second, Marshdale. Oh, he's saying these are two different options. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know Bob's Atomic. I'll have to check it out. Marshdale, I know Marshdale Burger. Marshdale is like the I feel like the pressed one. Fresh meat. Those ones are pretty good. Those are,
I kind of call that the smash burger style. I know
yeah,
they're not the first
exactly.
ones to do it, but
Yeah, and they are delicious. There you go, Sean. Sean, where are you watching from? I know I've had you on here before. Welcome back, brother. Good to have you. Another Sean Squared on here. Can't get enough of us. Let's talk about names real quick, because Kyle, I know Kyle, it's tough names sometimes. People
disagree.
say
It's a great name.
all right, well, for on you wear it well, but Kyle, people like you acting like a Kyle, right? Or a Chad, right? Chad's got
Where
the worst
are
of the
you?
Kyles.
Yeah,
But
you're right.
But Sean's, nobody hates us.
Until they
Sean's
meet.
great
Never
name.
mind. Sorry.
Easy
Sorry.
name. Easy name. All right, we got one more sad story. Who wants to talk about the elephant not in the room?
I don't want to talk about this one.
That's a killer segue to this one. So if you guys were with me a few months ago, I talked about there were some lawyers over at Denver University that were trying to put a kibosh on the elephant show down at the Renaissance Festival, and they won. Let's pause to tell Sean, you're freaking right, obviously. So these lawyers were saying, hey, man, elephant shows in Colorado, it's not even legal. But the city had been continually permitting Trunks and Humps to come out and.
Great name.
It's your great name, right? You won him back. So the advocacy group, they won. And basically, no mas, no more fun for the no more fun.
Yeah? No? Anybody?
Fun.
I'm cool with that. That was good. I'm all for animal rights and respecting living creatures, of course, but that one hurts. That's a tough one.
These elephants told me they were fine with it.
Oh, cool. Then we're good.
Well, no, we're not good. They just we just want to perform. We're just out here with our big old trunks, and we just like to give the kids a show. That's what these elephants told me. With their
What
eyes.
are they now? They're being forced into retirement.
Yeah, now their life has no meaning to them.
It's like Sean without real estate.
Yeah. Like me without without weekly live streams where I just talk into the ether, and in my head people laugh at my elephant joke. You know what I'm saying? And lastly, but not leastly, I told you guys I was going to start ending you with some fun fact about Colorado. So like a fun location or a fun a historical figure in Colorado. And today we are going to be talking about the longest continuous commercial street in the United States. This street,
Can I guess?
Everyone knows it. And I know you know it.
It'd be even funnier if I was wrong.
This street is 53 miles long, stretching from Golden to Strasburg. This is the one, the only Colfax. Good old dirty Colfax, originally known as the Golden Road during the Gold Rush. It was renamed in 1868 by Schuler Colfax after himself. That
Nice.
dog. Um, this was also a place for like a lot of music venues. So there are, since it is 53 miles long, you get a little bit of everything on Colfax. Uh, the west side, the part just west of the city, the east side gets a little bit wild, and then the far east where there's not as much going on out that way. But you do see a lot of everything on
See some stuff.
Colfax.
I was gonna say Denver Colfax versus Golden Colfax. Different places.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a different world. You can get yourself a nice streetwalker and go to Casa Bonita on the same day. There's also
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
a lot of music. We call them streetwalkers, right? What do these ladies of the night, these loose floozies like to be called? These working women. They're
Show some
workers.
respect. Yeah.
Right.
What do
Right.
you prefer to be called, madam?
I sell houses. At least they're selling their temple. This is also home of many historic music venues like the Ogden, which opened it in 1917, and the Bluebird Theater, which opened in Kyle
1972.
1914.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, man. I know that is kind of wild. I just learned that as I read it. Also, development a $280 million project called the Bus Rapid Transit, the BRT project, is underway to enhance public transportation along East Colfax, looking to be completed in 2027. Now, I am going to read what I'm reading online. Now, this is coming from coloradoinfo.com. In the late 19th and 20th century, Colfax Avenue was a prestigious address lined with mansions belonging to Denver's elites. However, the economic downturn following the panic of 1893 led many of these grand homes to be turned into boarding houses, apartments, and brothels. By the
Yuck, apartments.
mid 20th century, liberal zoning laws allowed for the proliferation of adult businesses, including strip clubs, tattoo parlors, contributing to the avenue's seedy reputation. In the 1970s and 80s, Colfax boasted a hotspot of drug activity, prostitution, and violent crimes. This is according to DenverRight.com, not Mr. Murphy. The situation peaked in 1990s during Denver's Summer of Violence, when the area's plagued by drive-by shootings and gang activity. Efforts to revitalize the avenue began in the 1980s, and they're working on it. Also, serial killer Vincent Jones between 1978 and 1988. Vincent Jones terrorized Denver area, including Colfax Avenue, by murdering at least 7 women. Many of them were just working hard for their money in the business, seamstresses. Not seamstresses. That is what up in like Seattle area. They had where prostitution was not legal. There was a lot of women who were filing their taxes as seamstresses. Groves was eventually convicted of multiple murders and died in prison in 1996. His DNA evidence was linked him to additional crimes, and authorities suspect he may have been responsible for at least 20 murders.
Dang.
Dang. What are some of your favorite things about Colfax, Kyle? Casa Bonita's got to be at the top of your list. Have you been?
Mm, oh yeah, my condo's
Yeah.
right, like pretty close to Colfax. I used to walk to this place called Pete's Diner, or it's Pete's Kitchen, but it's a diner, diner style place. I liked it because it made me feel very Seinfeld-ish, right? You
Okay.
show up and you're like, like on the set of Seinfeld. There's a really great place called, oh gosh, it's a Japanese place called, shoot, man, they had really great chicken katsu curry. It was amazing. But lots of variety. Lots of variety.
Cool. Way
I
to help
also
out
went
the
to a Euro
viewers with
place.
that one, Kyle.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Hey, it's somewhere in that 52 mile stretch. You'll find it.
Yeah, I hope the bus route stuff goes well because I will say this. They've been talking about Colfax, I mean, since its conception, which is cool because it's an iconic road. But they really were making great progress with like walkability, accessibility, all that stuff. And then COVID hit and that really put a hamper on things. And so I see them working. In fact, they were changing a lot of the pipes, the old infrastructure just for water in that section in Denver. So that's cool. Like they're making stuff happen. It's exciting. I'm here for it. But yeah, I look forward to it being cleaned up a little.
Be careful with the C word, Kyle.
What?
If you say the C word, less viewers.
Clean?
I mean, we're typically getting, tens of people watching this live stream. And if you say the C word, YouTube might book you can say shit and bitch, but you can't say the C word, Kyle.
Wait, what was it? Now I don't even know what I said.
COVID. I'm just giving you shit. I don't know if you actually can.
Oh,
I just like talking shit. So Casa Bonita is awesome. You got the Civic Center Park is right there. That's where all the festivals. Hey, that's where the protests are going on right now. And from what I have seen, compared to California, our protests are way more mild. As of yesterday, I didn't see any type of violence. I saw the regular bullcrap of like tagging buildings and statues and stuff, which really boils my blood. But I even saw a video because I've been kind of like locked into the gram, gone down a couple of Instagram rabbit holes with the protests in Denver just to see what they're doing. I don't want them to turn violent, start breaking buildings like they did with the George Floyd stuff going on. But so as much as I saw, it was peaceful, and I even saw one person like pushed a I don't know, pushed somebody that was disagreeing with the protest, and other protesters like, "Hey man, we're being peaceful here." And I was like, "That's awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
keep it
yeah.
peaceful." The one thing that will bother the hell out of me is when they block traffic. And I did see that a little bit today over by the ballpark, people blocking traffic. For me, like now you're infringing on my rights. Now you're blocking my right of way and you're essentially detaining me. You're not letting me go along my business. So
For
freedom of
somebody that's
speech.
completely unrelated to the issue.
What's that?
I said they're doing that for somebody that's completely unrelated to the issue, which is more frustrating.
Right. Right. So freedom of protest, freedom of speech. You don't have the freedom to block me from going where I need to be. So we'll see how that pans out. At this point, there's no like I didn't see any military or anything like that coming into Denver because for the most part, it seems pretty mild compared to what's going on over in LA. But if you guys are looking to make your way to Colorado, definitely up here in the foothills, zero protests going on, zero of that going on. So if you're tired of the cities and you want to make a break, we got you. Well, we cover all of Colorado, so we'll help you out with anywhere. But if you don't want to be in Denver, there's plenty of other non-protesting places, and we're just kind of run away with this one. So that's what I have. Anything interesting you want to add going on right now, Kyle? Otherwise, we will tell these people we love them and send them on their way.
In Colorado, you are about to get blessed with a Costco and you don't even realize how good you have it. Good night, everybody.
Bust up. All right, so that is it. If you guys are watching the replay, do me a favor. One, give me that thumbs up. Appreciate it. But hey, if you guys missed it, you still want to reach out to us, you could do it a couple different ways. Oh, I didn't even know that was a feature, Kyle. Oh, what? Only on yours?
I don't know
Boy.
how that worked either, but that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. You can send your questions to me, Sean.Murphy at MoxiePropertyGroup.com. You can follow me on the gram. Hit me up on the gram. You can follow along on what's going on with some of these other new news going on. Follow my stories, see my antics.
What's going
Probably
on with Sean? That's pretty good.
brilliant. Brilliant. And other than that, we will see you next week. So we do this every Thursday. Every Thursday, 6:30 Mountain Standard Time, except for the last Thursday. I take one week off. Give me a break. So every Thursday, 6:30 Mountain Standard Time, you guys can jump on with us. We talk about the latest, greatest, hottest sexiest stories to be hitting Colorado. And then on Saturday, 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, I walk you through the latest, the greatest, the hottest, the sexiest mountain homes to be hitting the Foothills market, covering all the areas that you love just west of the greater Denver metro area. So come on in, tune in. You got to get up early. You got to shake off your hangover to make it up for that one. But if you like gawking, if you like a little bit of house porn on the weekend to start your Saturday morning, you get up with me and we will give all these houses the Julius Caesar thumbs up, thumbs down together. It's really fun. So other than that, thank you, Kyle Wong. Everybody give Kyle Wong one clap for jumping on with us tonight. And we will see you guys later. Love you. Have a great one. Peace.
Bye-bye.